What type of music do you like to listen to, and how have the Canadian media influenced your way of living?
I like listening to like old school rap, like Tupac, Ice Cube, Biggie Smalls, because back in the days, like they used to rap about their own experiences. Nowadays, like rappers like Drake, Lil Wayne, all they rap about is money, getting cars, getting rich, getting girls, and this has influenced me because I feel good about myself because I don't have to go through the struggles that those rappers had to go through in their lives, and yeah, basically that's it.
How do you interact within the Canadian society amongst your peers and family members?
Well, I interact with my friends through social networking, texting, and with my family, I like usually call them, or we have family get-togethers. We just meet up and have dinner together, and that's it.
What are your religious views, and how many times do you visit the temple?
My religious views is I was raised in a Hindu family, and I believe in Hinduism, obviously. So, but when it comes to visiting the temple, I would say once a month, because I usually go to the temple when there's an important festival. So and I pray at home too, because I have a temple upstairs in my house. So I pray there, and when it comes to praying, I would say I probably pray once a week because can't really pray every day because of school and other activities I have to do, and yeah.
Okay. How does your family view your way of life and decisions within the Canadian society?
I think my family views my way of life in a positive way because they have raised me with good intentions, and my decisions in the Canadian society. Well, I started playing baseball back in grade 5, and I think my parents aren't really happy with that decision because well, baseball is basically I would say in my perspective, it's a white sport, so there aren't a lot of brown people. It's like I'm like the only brown person on my baseball team, and I think they might think that I don't fit in ethnically. So, and I think they're wrong on their part right now, because Canada's a multicultural country and they like accepting other races. So I think they should get over my decision of playing baseball, and they should let me excel in baseball and yeah.
Okay, thank you. What influences your behavior and choices, and how does the English language interfere with your Indian background?
I would say my parents influenced my choices and the way I behave, because I've been living with them for my whole life and I've seen them make good choices. So that's why I think that they have a really important role in the choices I make and the way I behave. And I think the language English has affected my Indian background because because I know a lot about the English background and the culture. Was supposed to as an Indian culture, I really don't know much about it. I don't know much about the festivals and the culture because I go to India I would say 3 or 4 years, and when I get there, I'm stuck with my family. I don't have time to explore India, see the culture and the religion, and yeah, the festivals, and learn about the overall country.
How is a Canadian society different than what you have been taught about the Indian culture?
Well, in the Canadian society, the kids like to move out of their parents' house when they're 20, 21-ish, because they want to be independent at an early age. But if in an Indian family, in some cases you would move out of your parents' houses, your parents' house when you're 25, if you're a male. But that's only for some cases. But most of the time, the males like to stay with their parents and help them out. but I'm against that because you're not really becoming independent because you're staying with your parents for like the rest of your life. You can still help them out if you move out of your house, and if you don't move out, you don't really know the true meaning of life and what life can offer you outside of your parents' house. Like you can buy your own house. You can you can like once you buy your own house, your parents see that you bought a house and they'll be happy that I raised a child and now he has his own house, and yeah.
What types of food do you like to eat, and are there any traditions that you follow?
I'm an Indian and like to relish typical Indian cuisine. The Indian cuisine, it has a variety of dishes which vary from region to region all over the country. And for traditions, India, it is a country known for its traditions. The different traditions that are followed over there, ranging from community to community and from religion to religion. Different people from different communities, they like to get together and celebrate each other's traditions over there.
What type of clothes do you like to wear, and how do these clothes represent you?
I wear both Western and Indian dresses. Back home I used to wear more of Indian dresses than Western dresses, but over here I wear more of Western than of Indian dresses. Indian dresses over here I wear them occasionally, like on some religious event or something. And I think that each country, it has a dress code of its own, and when you wear a traditional dress from your country, it represents that country as a whole. So you are at that time representing your country as an individual.
How do you consider yourself different from an Indian Canadian individual?
There are a lot of differences between a Canadian Indian individual and an individual who has been brought up in India. An Indian who has been brought up in India respects his elders more and respects his teachers more. Like I have seen that students over here, they call their teachers with their first name, whereas in India we call our teachers as sir or madam, which gives them more respect. Moreover, in India we believe in sustaining relationships rather than breaking them out. So an individual who has been brought up over there would believe in sustaining them. Then I think the individual who has been brought up in India is more efficient in languages other than English. Like he's more efficient in his mother tongue. The individual who has been brought up over here, I don't know if he knows any other language other than English or French. So he is at a distance from his country, from his language.
How has your language affected your view in Canadian society, and what challenges have you faced since you migrated to Canada?
People in Western countries, they think that we are not that efficient in English. That is why they think that language, it is a barrier for us. But I want to make it clear that people in India, they are more efficient when it comes to English. People over here, they don't follow the tenses, they make grammatical mistakes, whereas what we are taught in India, we are more efficient in grammar than the people over here. And what challenges I have faced over here, the first challenge that I think is the non-recognition of your degree or your education from back home. Secondly, even if you have a job experience back home, that is not considered over here. Like they want some Canadian experience when you apply for a job. Example, like I'm in the IT field. IT is the same all over the world, so it doesn't make any difference what job experience you have back home or you have it over here. So it's the same everywhere. So I don't feel a need for experience in Canada to start a job over here. That is the biggest barrier I think people migrating from different countries they face over here.
How has your lifestyle influenced since you arrived in Canada?
I have been working in India and I'm working here as well, but the biggest difference that I see in both the countries which influences my lifestyle is social life. We had a more active social life in India rather than over here. Moreover, we had maids to do all the household chores, so we didn't have to spend that time what we are spending over here for all your household chores. That brings more quality time that you can spend with your kids, and that brings up a good upbringing for them.
What kind of friends do you have, and do you have any reasons for why you hang out with them?
I like people who have a good sense of humor, and moreover, for being friends, the main thing is that you should be like-minded. Like, your thoughts and your actions should be same so that you can mingle with each other. So I have friends with the same background as I have, and that is the reason I would love to hang out with them.